All right, this is a little tutorial here for you guys because I'm in Vegas right now. So um, to get you ready to do your 3D model, and you're going to basically be modeling something based off of a picture. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you guys how to model using a picture as um, to help you get the correct dimensions for your model, so you can create as precise a model as you possibly can. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to exit this cube and delete it. First thing I want to do is I want to get my picture in, and so to do that I'm going to press N, which will open up my properties. I need to go down to the bottom to where it says background images. Okay, and I'm going to expand that, and it's going to say, okay, do you want to add an image? And I'm going to click yes. I got to add an image. Okay, and so when I click that, it's going to go, okay, so open that image. All right, so I got to open it. So I'm going to click open. I have saved the image that I want to use on my desktop. You should do the same thing. I expect you to challenge yourself and to try to do something that will take some talent and take a level of challenge to yourself to make you a better modeler. So I'm going to go to my desktop where I put this, and I put the Stanley Cup. Okay, so this is the Stanley Cup. Now I've added that image. Now you can't see the image because you can only see the image in a certain view. Okay, I have to be in front view, and I can't be in perspective view. I need to be in what's called orthographic view. Then I can see the image. That's the only view I can be in to see this image and to be able to model based off this image. So I'm going to use this image now as a guide to help me model this. And I'm going to use all the tools I've used to this point to do this. This is going to be, a challenge. So I'm going to go Shift A, and I'm going to put in a mesh, and I'm going to use a cylinder. Okay, so there's my cylinder. And, I'm going to look at this and go, all right, so here we go. We got to start here. So how do I want to model this now? How do I want to get this to be the same? There's a lot of different ways I could do it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scale on the Z-axis. So I'm going to hit SZ, and I'm going to scale this guy up so that it's going to be the size of the cup. Okay. So I have that now. Now I have a lot of different sections. I have a lot of different things I need to try to accomplish here. So I'm going to do this with loop cuts. I'm going to go Control R, and I'm going to loop cut this. Oop, I don't want to do that. I don't want to rotate this. I want to stamp that down. Okay, so I want to go Control R, which that's not going to work because I need to get into edit mode. Press A. Okay, so now I'm in edit mode. Now I can go Control R, and I can do a loop cut. So I can click, and I can loop and slide. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to design these loop cuts. I'm going to just continue to loop cut for every piece that I want to create and slide. Now I would probably do this a little more detailed if I was doing it myself. But because I don't have a ton of time here to get this done for you guys, I'm just going to Control R, and I'm just going to loop cut these guys. So I get kind of the base. You get the base idea here of this. And I could be more precise. The more loop cuts, the more precise, the more accurate my model's actually going to look. But this now allows me to take and model the thing so that I can create a pretty good representation of the Stanley Cup. So I'm going to take and go to my line selector, and for each one of these I'm just going to take and scale these out so that they are the correct dimensions. I'm going to use box select, so I'm going to press B. I'm going to make sure that I can select behind. Okay, so I should have that entire line selected. Well, see, I don't. And now you see what happens when you rotate. You lose your picture. So I'm going to have to press 1, and you should be in orthographic view, but 5 is to switch between perspective and orthographic view. Okay, so I'm going to activate where I can select. I'm not going to limit the selection to visible. I want to select all the way behind. I do want line select. I'm going to press B because I want to select that whole base bottom of line. So I'm going to press A because there's something goofy there. B, select. Should have those lines. I can press S now, and I can scale. Okay, and I might want to just scale on the x-axis, but I can scale out there to the width I want to be. I'm going to press A then to get rid of that. I'm going to go B again, and I want to just select the next line, and I'm going to go S, and I'm going to scale that. And then I'm going to press A to deselect it. I'm going to go B and select the next line with box select. Press S, and I can scale that out. Press A. I'm going to press B to box select the next line. Press S to scale that out. Press A to get rid of it. Press B again to select the next line. Press S to scale it. I could even go G and move it. And I might want to stay constrained on the Z axis then. But then I can press A, I can go to the next line. Press B. I'm going to click and drag to box select all of that line. S to scale it. G, Z to move it on the G axis. And I should have did some more loop cuts here because I could. And I can still do that. Control R, add another loop cut. Go here, press S and scale it. Press A, press B to box select. And you could add loop cuts as you go too, but there you go. There's my Stanley Cup. Now I could have been way more detailed. I could have did way more loop cuts, added way more polys. This actually not the greatest, but not bad. I mean, it's not bad. Ooh, the bottom looks awful. What's going on that bottom? Okay, so let's see here. Let's go back to 1. I don't know. When I scaled that, what did we do here? So I'm going to box select the whole bottom again. Yeah, let's scale that by... That's awful. I don't know how that got distorted, but... So let's scale that by the y-axis. So we can just fatten the bottom out, and that should look a lot better, even though it's still a little crooked. So we might have to take and, position that guy a little better. I'd have to scale it back a little bit. Move it. There we go. Looks a lot better. There you go. There's your Stanley Cup. Looks good. Face select the top. Boom. Oops, I don't want to go see-through now anymore. I want to click that top thing and exit. Get rid of that face. Boy, that got rid of everything connected to it though, didn't it? I don't want to, I'm just going to do the face. Not the, hey, there we go. It's open even. And now we should probably extrude, bring down, make a lip. You could get more in depth with it, but basic Stanley Cup in like 5-6 minutes. So now I want to see what you guys can do. You need to come up with an image of your own. You need to bring it in. You need to model it exactly like the picture that you brought in. You can do whatever you want. I don't want to see cubes, triangles, basic, real simple stuff. I want to see something like this. I want to see you model a complex character or object, and I want it perfectly to scale of what that picture looks like. And I'm going to be looking because I'm going to press 1 and I'm going to press 5, and I'm going to be able to see how you're doing compared to that graphic that you brought in. So good luck. We'll see you on February 20th when I get back, and then we'll move on from there. So All right, we'll see you guys.